Tokyo Ghoul, Route A, episode 11. Damn, this was an action-packed episode, man. This episode was, oh man. It's one thing though that really got me. I was just like, all the shit that they censored, right? You know what I'm saying? That gets censored. You know what I'm saying? With the impaling and all this sort of shit. I was just kind of like, okay, I get that. That's a gruesome. That's something gruesome to see, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I don't know what time this comes on in Japan. It might come on, you know what I'm saying, 6 or 7 I'm assuming. I don't know. But I was just kind of like, yeah, kid come home from school. You know what I'm saying? He see that shit. You know that might be terrifying. You know what I'm saying? While he's watching a show about people eating other people is kind of weird anyway, but whatever. He comes home, he sees that shit. I'm like, yeah, that would be traumatic. Him seeing just, you know, some car grenade just running through somebody, or him seeing somebody just get constantly impaled and all that sort of shit. I'm like, yeah, that would be terrifying. But they showed Jugo's leg reversed. He gets hit by Owl, and his leg is in the opposite direction. Like if you look at that panel, his leg is twisted in the other direction, and they showed it. And I was just like, when I saw, like, how do you show that? That's way worse, because that could actually happen. You will never get stabbed by a cognate, never in real life, never. That will never fucking happen. You will never get stabbed by a cognate in real life. They don't exist. That shit would never fucking happen. But your leg could snap in that direction in real life, and they showed that. I was just like, wow, like that fucked me up. Just seeing Juzo's leg. I think I called him Judo before, but just seeing Juzo's leg like that kind of fucked me up. I was just like, ooh, you know. And it looks like Shinohara is down for the count. It looks like it. You know what I'm saying? He jumps in front of the thing to save Juzo, and he gets stabbed more than once, it looks like. So I'm assuming that he's out of the count. I'm assuming that he is. You know, so I'm assuming that he's gone. You know what I'm saying? And I can't never remember his name either, though. He's out for the count. Old boy who has the shooting Queen K, the gun one, the guy with the little with the brownish sort of hair who looks up to Amon but hates Akira Amado. That guy. Can't remember his name. It's funny because I can't remember his name in the manga either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just remember Shinohara's name. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't remember none of these characters' names. I really didn't give a fuck initially until I started like really getting into Tokyo Ghoul. I really didn't care. I couldn't remember anybody's name. Real talk though, I was hyped when Arima showed up. I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't he be there from the get-go? Why was he not there from the get-go? And Tokyo Ghoul did something that I never would have thought that it would. I never would have dreamed in a million years that Tokyo Ghoul would have done this. I never would have dreamed that shit. When I saw it, I was like, bitch, really? They pulled a friendship power-up thing. Not a friendship per se, but you know how, like, remember in, you guys remember in, it was some cliche shonen shit. You remember in Bleach when head captain Gimryu Yamamoto, when he showed up to fight against the Quincy's, all the soldiers kind of like, oh, our leaders here, there's no way we can lose, and they started fighting better, even though they were just losing. They started fighting a hell of a lot better, right? This shit happened here. Arima shows up, some of the people realize that Arima is there, and they start to win. Like, that one group with the guy who looks like Alexander Anderson, the guy with the pompadour hairstyle, that fat ass nose, these motherfuckers were losing, outnumbered, and losing this fight. They were outnumbered and losing the fight. They found out Arima was there and turned into a killing force that was so fucking efficient it made the ghouls run away. And I'm talking about not even just like regular ghoul, like Jason's groupie was there. Can't remember his name either. Jason's groupie was there. I'm just kind of like, what? As soon as Arima showed up, everyone just fucking just got it. Even like Jason's groupie said this shit, like, what the fuck? Like, all of a sudden they got heart. Exactly. Like, I don't know if that was them making fun of that shonen shit, but it happened. I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? What's happening? And I really like the fight between Amon and Kaneki. You know what I'm saying? I really did like that fight because neither one of them seemed like they wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, Kaneki just flat out said this shit, like, I don't want to fight you, man. Like, I really don't want to fight you. Can I pass? Can I just get through? I really don't want this problem, so can I just leave, And Amon just like, nah, you can't, you know what I'm saying? If we had met, and he says the shit in his mind, like, if we had met under different circumstances, man, like, I would have liked to have had a chat with you, because, he realized it, because, Kaneki takes his mask off or whatever, and Amon can probably, it was smoky, but I'm pretty sure he saw through the smoke. He saw that Kaneki only had one ghoul eye. You know what I'm saying? One regular eye. He knows. He knows about Kaneki. They did the report, and he about the kid Ken Kaneki, so he knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows that Kaneki was probably once a human turned into a ghoul, especially after seeing his subordinates who are now ghouls. So he knows. You know what I'm saying? So I like that though. It was an internal, because they both didn't hold back. Well, Kaneki kind of did, because you saw the cockroach, you saw the foreman or whatever, and he restricted it. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, he held back a little bit because he didn't want to go berserk and fuck him on up, because he is in his cockroach form. He's on a whole other level from Amon. Amon couldn't handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I like that. I respect that. I respect that Kaneki, you know what I'm saying, had the foresight to like not fuck him on up, because he could have like literally fucked him on up if he wanted to, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He had the foresight to not do that. You know what I'm saying? Which I respect. I thought that was cool. I thought Kaneki I think he's a very, very decent character in that aspect, in this particular part, because in the manga he was not like that at all. So yeah, but I like that shit though, man. And Arima was badass though, man. When that bitch pulled out his fucking that Queen K, that motherfucker was just going in. He was just like, pew, sword on that ass, slicing, pulled the shield out, blocked that shit. That motherfucker was going in. I was just like, oh, this motherfucker bad as fuck, man. But honestly though, man, like, if you guys read the manga, which I highly encourage you to read the manga, especially part 2, because it's a lot of, oh man, the most recent chapters just really had me hype as fuck, man. But if you guys read the manga, I know in this particular episode, Armin was painted as like this valiant knight sort of character, but read the manga. Read the manga. You will not like his character. Not one bit. I don't. I like his confidence, because he's a confident motherfucker, but I don't like the character. Not at all. But he's fighting Owl. You know what I'm saying? Arima's fighting Owl, and it would appear that Arima has the upper hand against the Owl. It would appear that way. I am not convinced at all. You know what I'm saying? Within the course of the manga or within the course of this episode, I'm still convinced that the Owl is possibly the strongest ghoul ever in history, in existence, and there's no way that Arima and his twin Quincays can do that much damage. He's only human, so that shit's not real to me. To me, it's not real, But yeah, man, Owl picks up, what's his name? Yamamura picks him up, swallows him. I was just like, damn, Picks him up and swallows him. I'm just like, shit, But Owl went away. You know what I'm saying? Owl just kind of fled the scene and went away, Owl got its arm cut off, fled the scene and went away, I'm just like, damn, And then we see that Kaneki actually survived his fight. I'm assuming that he won, because he's the one who actually got the fuck up, and walked away, but he was bleeding profusely. He gets up and he walks away, you know what I'm saying? And then, we see that he's going towards Anteku. And then we see Akira, she's running towards where the 4th division was, which was, Amon's division. And when she gets there, she sees that Quinke is all fucked up. The one that she had modified for his sake is all fucked up. And we don't see his body. You know what I'm saying? But I'm assuming that it's, not a good sight, if it's there at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that it's not a good sight, because she falls down on her knees and she looks very, very, very sad and forlorn. Like, she was really worried about that motherfucker though, man. Like, to the point to where she wasn't even paying attention. Like, she got attacked by one ghoul that she shouldn't even have been attacked by, because that motherfucker was just kind of there. He wasn't even hiding. He was just like in plain sight, and she got attacked by him. I was like, damn, bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? Save yourself first, and then worry about getting that dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn. But yeah, man, she runs there and she sees the Queen K. It's all fucked up, And then we see Toka just running down the street. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the fuck she's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, the battle's pretty much over with at this point. I don't know where she's going. She's just running, looking from side to side. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? She's just running. And then we see Ayaso, he just like, you know, dumb sister, you know, stupid sister. Just kind of like, whatever, you know. I don't know where she's going either, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. You know. And then Kaneki wakes up and he's in Anteku. And there's someone rummaging around, you know what I'm saying? And they're brewing coffee. And then they say, it's pretty hard to make coffee, isn't it? And we see that it's Hide. And I was just like, cool, you know. Hide and Kaneki are going to have this confrontation. Not confrontation negatively, you know what I'm saying? Because Hide knows that Kaneki is a ghoul. You know what I'm saying? And Hide has on the CCG uniform because he works for him. So, you know. But he knows that Kaneki is a ghoul. He's been investigating that shit all this time. He knows. So, I'm pretty sure he's going to say something to him. They're going to talk to him. I don't know what they're going to talk about, but he knows, you know. And then the end part happens. And I was excited by that, though. You know what I'm saying? The end part happens, and we see Al spit up the old man, Yamamura. We see him get spit up. And then Al loses the owl form, and it's Eto, or Sin, as, you know what I'm saying, the writer of the books that Kaneki loves. The woman who talks to Hanami and all that stuff. The green-haired lady. She's also, you know what I'm saying, Eto is Sin, and Sin is Owl. So I thought it was cool, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yeah, I'm glad they, because at first when it went off, I was just like, really? They gonna wait till the next episode to fucking milk that part? But I saw there was still some time left. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, let me just skip ahead. And I saw it, I was like, yeah, thank you, you know? And it happened just like how it did in the manga, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? She fucking shows up and he looks up, he's like, Eto, and then she was like, father. Now the look on her face in the manga was creepier, but the way that she sung the father thing, that was creepy as shit. In this episode, she was like, oh God, son. Like, I was just like, ooh. Like, that was creepy as shit, but the look on her face in the manga was a lot creepier than this, you know what I'm saying? And let me say this though, man, because it kind of fucked me up. I don't know if that was intended for fan service or not. I don't remember that shit happening the way that it did in the manga, because in the manga, she was like quite covered up. Like, she actually had like what looked like a hood on or whatever. But in this, like, I don't know if that was fan service or not, but they kind of showed her body because like she's disengaged from being, yeah, she did have the hood on because Eto wears a hood, yeah. But she's like disengaged from the owl form or whatever in this episode. And you see the bandages, you know what I'm saying, from when she's dressed as Eto or whatever. But she's completely nude other than that. Like, she's completely naked. And they show her body a little bit. And I'm just like, did they just throw in a little fan service here? That's kind of weird, you know. And honestly, man, I know this is going to sound crazy because, I just wasn't expecting it because the character looks lean as fuck in this, you know, in the anime or whatever. Like, the character is a lot more well endowed than I imagined. Like, that shocked me. I was just like, well, what the fuck? Because she looks small as shit, you know what I'm saying, as a character. I've been thinking to myself, oh, she's just a lean, petite little bitch. But she's a lot more well endowed than I thought. I was just like, whoa, that was weird as fuck. And her eyes look way different. Like, the red in her eyes look completely different. Like, you can tell her being a half ghoul is a lot different than, you know, Kaneki and all the other characters. Her eyes look completely fucking different. I'm just like, whoa, that's weird, you know. But, man, this episode was a shit, though, man. Let me know what you guys think about this shit, though, man. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the fights? Did you enjoy all that shit, though, man? Did you enjoy Juzo not giving up, man? That motherfucker got some heart. That motherfucker did not give up, and I respect that. I clapped him up every time he stood back up, you know, even though I should be cheering for her. I don't know who I should be cheering for at that point. But let me know what you guys think about this shit, man. Vouch some